Hello again, and welcome to another episode of Slash Camp. Meal here, and my day has already started off just ridiculous. Okay, so first off, I had no video for Slash Played yesterday. Sad face. And I was doing so well with keeping everything in order, because I would like to do for Mondays doing the raid previously. So it's Monday, kind of Tuesday. To do the raid the previous night. That way it's there, I can upload it, and the guild can watch it and see what happened and kind of critique themselves, and then have it for Wednesday. Well, this decided not to happen. And I decided that I was going to do one big file for Fraps. And so the file size is 233 gigs. It's ridiculous. So I'm like, oh my god, so I have to compress it, and nothing I'm doing to compress it is working. I'm even trying to go into Vegas, Sony Vegas, and just render it and save it. And hopefully then, the file size will shorten, but apparently that's not the idea. Because apparently when it renders, it saves it as this humongous file, and my computer doesn't have enough room for it. So I thought I could compress it first and then edit it. No. Didn't even work. And so I'm not gonna probably have a video of this week's raid for Monday. Which is sad. It really makes me sad, because I'm we had so much to learn from this one. So I have that gigantic file, but I'm not sure if I want to keep it on my computer, because that's a lot of space. A lot of space. But yeah. So I have hair. Sorry, I had hair tickling my face, and I still do. There we go. But yeah. So that was my issues from last night to today. Well, today, seeing that it is 10 a.m. in the morning. Oh my god, I have hair. One sec. There we go. I had little tiny pieces of hair everywhere, and my animals are going through that shedding period because it's getting a little bit warmer, and it's just everywhere. I knew I had some. It just bothered me. But okay, so it's now about 10 o'clock in the morning, and I've been sitting for the last probably 2 hours listening to shouting and banging and all sorts of stuff, and I was, of course, within the first 20 minutes, I'm dude, is someone trying to break into my house, because this isn't going to work that way, now. So, of course, curiosity, I went to the front door and I peered out, and there's nothing there. Well, I see the edge of something white, and I can't quite see all the way to what it is. So I'm So I look out the main living room window. So there's one police car, one police van, another police car, and then even down at the end that has his lights still on, there's another police car. I'm just okay. So I'm I have to be the nosy neighbor, and I started paying attention, trying to figure out kind of what was going on, or at least what house that they were at, because it was very hard to tell, seeing that their cars took up the front of 4 houses. So I was well, I wonder whose house, because I might not get along with my neighbors that well, but I still kind of that would be sad if it was a neighbor I liked. So sorry, but it wasn't. I think it was an abandoned house or something. But after about it was, I want to say probably about an hour of everything going quiet, that I looked out again and was wonder if everyone left. And I managed to get that perfect moment where you see the guy in handcuffs, and it was like, oh, because I kind of, like, I didn't know the person, but I kind of, like, I've seen the person around, and I couldn't really get a good judge of how or who he was, but, I don't know, he never seemed to hurt the neighborhood, and it was just kind of like, oh, it's like, poor neighbor, whatever you did, like, apparently you deserved it, because the cops were there for 2 hours, and it was just like, oh, of course I had to go investigate. I'm like, so I had, like, kept opening different windows, looking out, trying to see if I can get a better view. Nah. But it was something. Something or another. I'm sure I'll find it in the newspaper tomorrow, or go on to, like, our local website for the news and be like, what happened on my street today? But yeah, so that was excuse me, so eventful. But yeah, on a completely lighter note, I did get awesome goodies in the mail. One thing in which, if I can grab it real quick, without making everything else fall over, this little box, even though it contains mighty things, like, you know, another box. But I got my business cards in the mail. So, and they're blurry, but I tried. But they are my business cards, and I'm going to start passing them out. And they are for my YouTube channel. So, maybe, just maybe, more people can watch my awesome videos. So, like, putting them on a small little table so that they don't, like, get ruined. Because that's the last thing I need, to, like, buy these awesome cards and then suddenly they get ruined. But, something else I decided, which was a complete steal. And, a little bit of history before I, like, present this item. Which isn't really gonna work. Okay, so, before I completely present this item, because obviously you kind of see here what's going on, but, okay, so I've been, like, scouring ThinkGeek for the last, I want to say 2 weeks, and there's been certain things that I've, like, absolutely wanted, and I'm like, I'm not spending that price for it. Like, I want their pajamas, that's those, like, anime characters, or the animals and stuff like that, and I really want those pajamas, but I'm not paying $60 for them. So I was like, and there was one other thing that I was like, I really want it, I really do, but I'm not paying $60 for it. And it was the bag of holding. And this thing is humongous. And I actually managed to get it 50% off. Now it doesn't want to come show because it's stuck on my computer chair. It is the bag of holding. Now this thing, as you can see, is huge. It has 3 pockets that actually expand. So, it's very unwieldy. But it, like, expands and expands and expands. So you can get, let's see if I can get it to, you can get a decent amount of things in here. Okay, so you kind of get the gist of it. So it actually has 3 huge compartments, all in which can fit, like, laptops. So consider carrying 3 laptops around with you everywhere. That's what this bag can hold. It's just, like, awesome. And I have a good friend of mine who, she carries this huge purse. I mean, this thing's huge. And she even carries, like, a suitcase and a bag. I mean, she has everything you could possibly think of, though, in this bag. So it's like the survival bag, and she carries it everywhere with her. And I thought of her when I got the bag of holding, because I was like, man, I wish that really was a bag of holding. I would have bought two. Because if anyone's familiar with D&D, a bag of holding actually is like a bag in which holds like 5 times its weight and stuff. And it actually doesn't expand, so it's kind of like a dimensional thing inside this bag. They're awesome. So, I was thinking of her when I bought it because I was like, man, what stuff could she possibly put in this bag? And she could probably put everything in this bag. So, I'm kind of like, it's my new purse, per se. But, like, mine is so cute and it's so small and it's a little backpack. It's like my purse right now. And it has KYU from D and Angel on it. But so yeah, I have that like really small bag and I'm like, either I want to go with just like a wallet, and actually I want to do something that I can strap to my legs so that I'm hands free. That's one reason why I like backpacks and messenger bags. I hate carrying stuff in my hands. So I either want something that can hold everything or that just holds the necessary items. So actually, I got leather. That right there. Is it? There we go. It's very like weird because this is mirrored. So I'm like, that thing right there is pretty much a cowhide. It's huge. But I went to Tandy Leather and I bought like $200, and like I think the leather itself was like 100 something, and then I got a couple kits so that I can have my tools, but start working on some leather projects. But I'm going to make a utility belt at some point, which is just going to be absolutely awesome. And I'm planning to make a hip pouch, or well, a thigh pouch, so that I can put like my IDs and stuff like that, money, or if I want to keep, say if I want lip gloss or something in it, or whenever I might need lip gloss. I don't know. Chapstick is more so my thing. I like Blistex the best. But if I go to a concert or something, I don't want to be carrying around my bag. So I want to make a hip holster for all my stuff. But so yeah, that was like the two things that I had awaiting me in the mail, which were awesome. But so yeah, my day is just, I don't know what I'm gonna do with the rest of my day, because the rest of the day is not gonna be anywhere near exciting, I'm sure. It's like, oh well. But I'm gonna hopefully see if I can get that video to work while I'm like, I sleep or something. Because hopefully it can like render while I'm asleep. I'm just cross my fingers. But yep. So I'm gonna actually head off of here, see if I can actually get some Z's, not Q's, because there's no QQ in this household. Nuh-uh. I get plenty of Z's though. So have a good night, guys, or rather, have a good day, and I shall talk to you later. Have fun.